Since I did promise several people that it would be recorded and available. I don't know if I'll get it uploaded today, but I will have it by early next week for anybody that wants to view it again. So I have 10 o'clock, and I think we still have some people rolling in here, but we'll get rolling here. Thank you all for stopping by. This is a new communication tool that we're trying today, just to try to keep our delegates a little bit more informed and answer any questions ahead of time. And we'll see how this works out and how you feel about this. So we're just going to do kind of a walkthrough of what you'll encounter at convention and a few highlights along the way. I know that we have several here that are old hat at convention, and we have some that I know are new faces and new at this. So again, welcome and thank you. So our convention is in about a week and a half, starting Tuesday the 24th. And let me share my screen here. We start off on Tuesday with our committee meetings at noon. This is a map of the convention center. It's a 2-floor convention center. On Tuesday, we will be working on the bottom floor, and on Wednesday and Thursday we'll be upstairs. So Wenatchee Avenue is up here towards the top of the screen, and this is Columbia Street down below. The Coast Hotel is off to the right on this map. And for a minute, we'll jump up to the upper floor. And here's the Sky Bridge over to the hotel and the main ballroom where our session will be. So starting Tuesday, when you arrive for meetings, best parking is down here off of Columbia Street. There's a whole large parking area on the back side of the convention center here. And our registration will be just inside the main entrance on Tuesday. And our committee meetings will be in the Red Delicious and the Golden Delicious rooms here on this main corridor. The only thing we have going on upstairs is our pack raffle in the Blossom room. And anytime you need during convention, the Harvest room here is our temporary RPEC office. So again, our committee meetings will start at noon. At registration meeting first, so we can get them going and start registering people. And we will have meetings until 5 o'clock. All delegates are welcome at any of the meetings, and you're welcome to give input on the discussions. Committee members will be addressed first, but audience members can definitely provide input. So as resolutions, amendments, or whatnot are being discussed, people can kind of interact with that. Later that evening, beginning at 6, the hospitality rooms for the various campaigns will be happening at the hotel. And we don't know the rooms yet. We usually have a easel in the lobby of the Coast Hotel, letting people know which rooms the campaigns are located at. So once we learn that, and you get over to the Coast Hotel, look for that easel in the main lobby there. Now, check-in at the Coast isn't until 4 o'clock. So if you're attending the meetings, you won't be able to check in until you're finished for that day. So best to come straight to the convention center, partake in the meetings, and then when you're finished, you can go over and check in.
Okay.
We have RPEC is not providing any meals on Tuesday, so everyone's on their own. And we will have, I've contacted the Chamber of Commerce. We're going to have copies of their visitor guides available at registration. And within that is a pretty comprehensive list of all the restaurants around the Wenatchee area there. So we'll have those available when you check in. We're going to try to streamline registration a little bit. We had some confusion in the past. So when you come in, you'll be signing in, and you must sign in. Once you do that, you'll receive your badge and your packet, and there may be a few flyers on the table. And like I said, the visitor guide would be available too. So sorry, I'm just muting a few people here. Let's see what else. COVID precautions. We do not have COVID protocols for this convention. However, with transmission levels pretty low right now, but we will have some masks available for those who would like one. We'll have hand sanitizer available on tables. And if you wish to wear a mask, by all means, you're welcome to. And if you're not feeling well, we do ask that you try to isolate yourself. If your chapter has donations, or if you bring in donations for the PAC raffle room, again, that will be upstairs, and they are meeting right at noon, so they will be open at 12:30. So as soon as 12:30 hits, you're welcome to start taking your donations up to the PAC raffle room and turn those over to them. Let's see here. I got everything for that. Yeah. So Wednesday we begin session. We have a couple more meetings in the morning. Our Sergeant at Arms and our convention rules will meet briefly in the ballroom prior to convention convening, and registration will be open again from 8 until noon. At noon, registration officially closes so that we can have final counts to prepare for our elections. So if you're on your way over, please get there before noon on Wednesday to get checked in. Again, Wednesday we will be upstairs in the Grand Apple Ballroom, and for those staying at the coast, it's an easy walk across the Sky Bridge from the hotel, and then right around the corner. All our vendors will be out in the main lobby area outside the ballroom, so please feel free to stop by and visit them. Let's see. We kick off our general session at 9 o'clock. We have pleasantries, we have speakers. We tackle our nominations for officers. We have a few workshops during the day. Our lunch and all our meals will be downstairs in the Orchard Exhibit Hall, which is right across from where we're having our meetings on Tuesday. This green room here is where all our meals will be. And they tend to set up the lunch and breakfast, lunch on
For the
Wednesday and
No?
breakfast
Oh,
on Thursday are both buffet, and the buffet line is usually set up in this lobby area right here. For our banquet on Wednesday night, we have our no host social mixer just before, and I believe there should be a couple bars set up inside the exhibit hall here. And then we'll follow with beginning with the banquet and then our entertainment.
She drinks it like Kool-Aid.
Let's see. Hopefully everything times out like we have during our day on Wednesday. We'll finish the day. If we have any contested races for any of the officer positions, we'll have a candidate panel right before we adjourn. There will be a questionnaire in your packets that you can submit questions to the elections committee for the candidate panel, and they will select 3 questions that will be asked of each candidate for each position. Let's see, moving into Thursday. Thursday, again, we have breakfast in the morning. If we have any late resolutions that come in on Wednesday, those will be addressed by the respective committees that morning before we convene again. As we move through the day, majority of our day Thursday is completing our elections. We may still have some additional work to finish up, but most of that morning is focused on our elections. We have our board elections first. Our elections committee sequesters himself in our office to tally the votes. While we do that, we'll have some another speaker and some reports. When we get election results back from them, we will then proceed into district board elections. And then for those who end up on our new board, we have an executive board meeting immediately following adjournment downstairs in the meeting room, just so we can elect a finance committee because they have work to do before their first board meeting of the year. So that's a real quick rundown. On Thursday, I do want to note that checkout is about 11 o'clock. So you'll probably want to check out prior to coming over to the convention. Whether you take your bags to your car, we may have room in the ballroom, a corner of the ballroom that if you need to bring your bags with you, we can probably set aside a section in there to store bags. But I will try to make it orderly as we can, but we don't have enough staff that we could have an official bag checker or anything there. So that is an option. We also don't have any meals beyond breakfast on Thursday. We should be able to adjourn hopefully somewhere between noon and 1 o'clock. If you have dietary issues that require you to eat or something, we do suggest that you bring a snack or something with you to tide you over till we adjourn. So that is kind of the quick rundown of how our convention is going to play out. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has. Tim jumped on that real quick. Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
I have 2 questions on the COVID
Sure.
protocols. 2 years ago, we didn't find out, our delegates at chapter didn't find out that there had been 1 case of COVID at the convention until our November meeting. So if there, in the terrible chance there might be someone who comes down with it, will there be a prompt notification to delegates whenever, as soon as it's known that there was a COVID case or whatever at the convention, and they can act appropriately?
Yes, we'll have a little flyer available at registration that, and we did that with the protocols last year, as we said, if you aren't feeling well, or if you had tested positive, to let us know. We never knew until later. So,
Right.
but yeah, if you're not feeling well, please isolate. If for some reason you did find out you were
Right.
tested positive, please let us know so we can notify.
And I asked because Betty Ray did let some of us know that there was an increased uptick in cases in the Wenatchee Valley area. So yeah, whatever we can do, I'm in line to get the next booster as well, based on Betty Ray's advice and or notification. And I think as soon as you know it, it would really assure a lot of minds, because 2024 was kind of a bad year for COVID, unfortunately. The second question I have is on late resolutions. We actually have one that our chapter is forwarding, that came out of our meeting yesterday. Do we have to wait until the Wednesday to get it there, or is there any way to get it there so the committee can consider it, or whatever committee it's assigned to can consider it, before going forward? It's actually one that might be carried by another one, but do we have to wait till Wednesday of the convention?
You need to wait till Wednesday. That process is spelled out in the Constitution. So any late resolutions are presented to the convention body on the floor on Wednesday. It takes a 2/3 vote of the convention body to accept them for consideration. And then if any are presented and accepted, those will be assigned to the proper committee, be it legislative or resolutions, which will look over them on Thursday morning
And I'll advise
prior to convening.
the member who proposed that she's been working with several other chapters. I can also tell her she can go to the in this case resolution committee, and if she wants to perhaps amend the similar resolution to incorporate some more ideas there, that's also a proper avenue that she could attempt to as well.
Yes, because I did see a copy of it, Tim, and it is an overlap with an existing resolution. So I would probably encourage you to try to have anything different in your resolution incorporated into the existing one on Tuesday during the meetings.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Bing.
Yes. Thank you again for doing this, Derek. Just a couple of questions also. One is on the lunches on Wednesday, when do they begin and end?
Okay. The lunch on Wednesday, let's back up here, is from 12 to 1.
Okay.
And so we'll have a workshop just before it. So, usually our breaks and our meals, were pretty good about breaking on time and getting everybody off to those. So.
Okay, real good. And the other one with the main election tally room, which room is that?
That is the harvest room upstairs.
Harvest. Okay.
And which is the same as the RPEC office. It's a room that is lockable and we have keys for. So
Great.
Our elections committee will go in there, as well as any observers from the respective campaigns are allowed in there during the tallying.
Okay.
So we'll kind of, like I said, we kind of sequester them in that room during that time. So.
Okay, Derek, how are the observers? How are they registering earlier, or how do we know anybody that has an interest can observe? Is that what's the protocol there?
No, the observers are basically with the campaign. So each campaign is allowed an observer to go in there. So it's somebody that that particular campaign will choose.
Okay.
From their group.
Okay.
And
so
as they're not part of the elections committee, we can stop them at the door, and if they let us know they're an observer for so-and-so's campaign, we'll let them in. And like I said, one observer per campaign is allowed to go in there and watch the tallying. So.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Derek.
Absolutely, Bing. Colleen.
Yeah, is there any current update on the COVID issue? And I'm relating to that report that Tim brought up. Basically, my real question is, what's the current risk in Wenatchee?
Everything I've seen is still low. There may be, like Tim said, there is a slight uptick. We're seeing them kind of in various places. And it's mostly because of the new variant that's out. But cases across the state are still low, and even for Chelan Douglas counties. So we're not implementing protocols as we did in 2022 when we were on the tail end of the main COVID pandemic, and that it's not currently in pandemic state. We just encourage those that if they feel better protecting themselves by wearing a mask or protecting others, please do so. We will have some available, hand sanitizer, etc. So, but barring any major change in the upticks or counts right now, that's kind of where we're going to leave it with that. So
Okay. Also,
Mhm.
for people on the pack raffle committee that need to get a lunch or get a breakfast and get right back to the room, are there any special actions that would need to be taken to get them in and out before the rest of the crowd?
Yes, I will have staff watching, and prior to dismissing the main body on Wednesday for lunch, we'll have staff go let your committee know that lunch is ready. They usually have it ready a little bit before we break, and we'll allow you guys to go down there, grab a lunch, take it back up to the room. And the same thing for breakfast on Thursday.
Okay.
Is we will make sure that you guys do have a chance to get meals, and it's fine to eat meals in the room upstairs. So, if you want to, at least a couple people in the room to just kind of keep it rolling, but they can go down and grab
Yeah.
the meal and bring it back with them. So.
Okay, and the last thing is just to remind people, be sure to bring the contributions into the pack raffle room. Derek has announced that we need more. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Colleen. Mary Lynn.
I have kind of a weird question.
Sure.
When I first started work, I went under Lynn Blackmore, but the new HR person put me under Mary Blackmore. And so when I changed my name, which is Campbell, my married name, I forgot to send the paperwork into RPEC. Is there any way we could sign up with my name, my married name?
Yeah, we can make that change. How do you?
I go by Lynn Campbell.
Lynn Campbell now. Okay. All right.
Thanks.
We'll make a note of that and get that
Okay.
updated.
Thank you.
Derek, did you see the 2 questions in the chat?
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
You may have answered them already.
Let's see, let's bring that up. Let's see, no breakfast provided on Wednesday morning. No, you're on your own for breakfast. I believe both hotels have some form of continental breakfast, and as well as local restaurants in the area. We just do the 3 meals: the lunch, the banquet, and then a breakfast on Thursday. Unfortunately, any more than that is way too expensive for us anymore. Is Lee Saunders going to be there in person or by Zoom? Excuse me. President Saunders is going to be providing us a pre-recorded message for our convention. So we're looking forward to that. He's an excellent motivator, very inspirational, and unfortunately his scheduling won't allow him to be there either in person or by Zoom. So we'll get a pre-recorded message from him. Although we will have in person at our convention, Ben Hodap from Ask Me Retirees. He's the assistant director with them under Ann Widger, and Carlos Lopez, who is the Western Region retirees organizer with Ask Me Retirees. So both of them will be at convention and joining us. Please remind me how late things will go on Tuesday. The committee meetings go till 5, from noon till 5 on Tuesday. And then the hospitality rooms open at 6 and go till whenever they decide to close. I think we have 6 to 9 on the agenda, but that's up to the rooms as to how late they want to go. I know those used to be quite the parties way back when. I remember them spilling out onto hotel lawns and around the pools at some old conventions. So that was chat questions. Any other questions or concerns? Ed, I see you waving your hand.
Yeah, I guess that was the proper thing to do. 2 questions, if I might. Can you hear me first?
Yes.
Okay. The committee assignments, are they going to be listed, or are there even any committee assignments that we should look for?
Those who were appointed to the committees were all sent assignment letters already, letting them know they were on the committee and when the committees meet. And then those were also sent to chapter leaders for their information if they wanted to share with their chapter membership as well. We do have a list in the packets that you'll receive at convention of all the committee members and whatnot. So that will be available then. And if there's a committee that you think you would like to work on down the road, future conventions or stuff, when we do our convention call in the spring, our registration form actually has a spot on there for a committee request. If you're interested in a particular committee serving on one of those, you can write that in there, and we that weighs pretty heavily when the president builds out the committee lists.
I did fill that in.
Okay.
I have to look back to my emails. The second question, I'm on chemotherapy and have no immune system to speak of. So is there a contact for going for the banquet, for instance, where you can request isolation?
Hi, baby Wally.
I can look at that, Ed. Currently the tables, what we have is rounds of 8 or 10 in the banquet hall. But
I'm sure I could find that on the floor when I arrive.
Yeah, I could look at something, or I can work with them to see if we can get a kind of a reserve, maybe a reserve table I only have maybe 4 seats at or something like that.
Yeah, sure, with all the other cities.
Okay, yeah, I'll make a note of that maybe I have one round that just has fewer seats, so you're a little bit more distanced.
Nice.
From others. So and I'll see if I can apply that to all meals.
Thank you very
much. Nancy.
Yes. Will April Sims be there with us?
She is attending. Yes. April Sims, president of the Washington State Labor Council, is going to be our keynote speaker on Wednesday morning. So, so we're excited to have her as well. I see another comment here in chat. Where can I take a donation for the raffles? Let me bring up my map here. On the top floor of the convention center, the Blossom Room here, which is right around the corner from the Sky Bridge entrance. That is our pack raffle room. So when you arrive Tuesday or Wednesday, please take all your donations straight to the Blossom Room there, and they'll get those checked in and do all the magic they do with those. So usually they tag them with a description and where the donation came from, and put together a box for those as well for tickets. So, and then the pack raffle will close at 9 on Thursday morning. So you can drop tickets in anytime Tuesday afternoon, all day Wednesday, and then Thursday morning until we convene. And then so that gives the pack raffle room time to get tickets drawn and themselves organized for pickup. And once we adjourn on Thursday, you can go to the pack raffle room and pick up your raffle prize. And they'll have a process for how to grab those, and we'll make those known to everybody with an announcement probably on Thursday morning on what the process will be for picking up prizes. I'm gonna call you, Ed, since I don't want to lose your hand up down there. So
I just was wondering, we could participate in the raffle, but what would be the nature of an appropriate contribution?
We have all kinds of things. Usually they're from chapters, but they also come from individuals. We have usually a variety of gift baskets, sometimes wine, sometimes, maybe fish and, crackers, or, all kinds of any kind of gift basket you can think of. We've seen handmade items, things that have been knitted, things that have been made. We've had artwork. We've had getaways. We've had, like a weekend stay somewhere. Just about anything that you think somebody might value of some sort can be turned into there, and all the proceeds go to RPEC. So,
Thank you.
Sharon.
Yes, chapter 13 here, I have, because Dwayne Huffaker is not coming to the convention this year.
Okay.
I have two of his, his famous photography frame that he wants to sell.
Okay.
And so I'm going to take those with us when we arrive on Tuesday and take it to the room. But he requested easels. He said they sell for a better price if they're on easels. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Do I just ask the hotel if they have them, or go through whoever's in charge at the raffle room?
I would just probably check in with the raffle room. If they need something from the convention center, they can let myself or staff know. We'll get that arranged. And we do have some easels that we take with us as well.
Oh, good. Okay,
So,
good.
yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Richard.
Okay, yeah, I guess that'll be up to.
Okay, there we are. I was a few minutes late because I couldn't remember my password. But is there a copy of that schedule on the website?
Yes, on our website currently. And let me share this. So when you come to our website, right on the front page, we have the banner here, or this item here for our convention page. And you do need to be registered and logged in to view this. But on here, I do have a copy of our draft agenda, which is currently viewable. We're still tweaking it a little bit, but there is a copy up there, so you can kind of check out the schedule currently.
Yeah, as long as you
So-
don't move it, I think I'm okay.
And I can't remember. I sent an email yesterday. Did I send out the agenda to everybody yesterday in a reminder?
I got one.
Yes,
An agenda?
yes,
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
you did, Derek.
Yes, you did.
All right, thank you. I got so much in the works right now, I couldn't remember. So I did send that, but Richard, I can send you another email.
I
So you have
haven't
that.
read my email for 2 days, so I'll go
Okay.
check. If
Okay.
not, I can go to the website.
All right, super.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions? I think we're doing pretty good.
What time does breakfast start on Thursday?
7 a.m.
Thank you.
It goes from 7 to 9, and like I said, it's buffet, so there's going to be hot, fresh food out there the entire time. So, but yeah, it opens at 7. So.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, Betty, I just saw your comment. So yeah, I'll work on a good kind of table for our meals that will kind of make reserve that has less seating so that those at the tables can be more distance. So did you still have a question, Richard, or did your hand just up? Okay, not a problem. So I think that's all I have if there's no other questions. Let's see. Sharon said, is this fragrance free? I've never published anything like that, but I do understand that. I know we have some chapters that meet like that. So we probably should. And I can send out another email next week to delegates, maybe just asking or reminding them that's not a bad idea. Because I know there are people that are sensitive to that. So thank you, Sharon, and I'll include that in a reminder email to delegates. If I don't have any other questions, I'm going to turn this over to Lori real briefly to talk about our member mobilization next week.
Progress. Hi, everyone. We're so glad that you are joining us for convention. It's very exciting, and we can't believe that we're nearly there. So thank you for taking some time this morning to get orientated. You've received emails from us. You've probably read about the mobilization in your chapter newsletter, but next Tuesday, the Select Committee on Pension Policy is making some really pivotal decisions about the Plan 1 COLA benefit and how an ongoing COLA can be funded. So RPEC and our partners, including WSSRA, the School Association, and WEA, Washington Education Association Retired, we're all doing digital mobilizations. We're encouraging all our members around the state to sign in pro on the legislative website. We also have provided those who do not use computers with a phone number that they can call to register their pro position for the legislative record. So we're trying to get lots of people doing this. I checked yesterday and we had about 197 people across all 3 organizations. That's a pretty low number. When we've done this with key bills, we've had upwards of 1,200 people sign in. So if you've not had an opportunity yet to take literally 2 minutes to do this, I'm going to implore you to please take the time to register your position. Your position needs to be registered before 9 a.m. on Tuesday. I know that some of you who are joining us today plan to be in person at the meeting with some of us. We've got about 50 people, thanks to Chapter 2. Thank you, Tim, who are going to be joining us in person in a quiet, silent show of solidarity. If you're one of those people, you still need to do the digital pro sign in or call OSA with your position. There will be no way for you to cite your position when you're on site. That all has to be done in advance. So I've already signed in my pro position as your executive director, and I know many of you have done that, but please take a few moments to register this. This is irrespective of your plan. It's been a key priority for RPEC for a long time. We've been striving for equity for all of our retirees, and this has been an injustice that's gone on for more than a decade, and we want to get it solved this year. And showing up in big numbers is what we do best when as our union. And so please help us out by doing that. If you have questions, you can call the council office. And if you have trouble registering your position, you can call Jacob or Alyssa or me, and we will help. Connie, you've got a hand raised.
Yes, how many people, how many members are on, our people in Washington State are on the first one, please?
Let me look in my file and see if I can pull that. It was actually in a report that was given by OSA. So it is. So there are currently, you mean in the workforce or just in general?
Just general, how many people would this impact one way or the other, please?
This current retirees, 67,872. And the average age of the TERS 1 retirees is 80. The average age of the PERS 1 retirees is 79. And there are still 587 Plan 1 people who are still working. And so this would obviously benefit those individuals when they actually retire. So it's a lot of retirees around the state. And what we're asking for is a benefit that is identical to what our Plan 2 and 3s get, so that they have a guaranteed cost of living adjustment like the other retirees who have served, you know, states, the state, city, and counties and other municipalities. So anyway, we appreciate your help. That's a good question. Any other questions before I give the meeting back to Derek?
Marva missed where we sign up for registering our positions. Marva, if you get our weekly news flash email, and it'll be going out here probably in another hour or two for today's edition. The very first item is this mobilization, and there's links in there, and it walks you through how to go in and register pro for this hearing.
Okay, thanks, Derek.
Absolutely. Yeah, and if you run into any problems, like Lori said in chat, if you run into any problems, just give us a call or shoot us an email here in the office, and we'll get you sorted out. So, any last questions for convention or for Lori with the mobilization? Not seeing anybody. Well, I thank you all for stopping by today. Hopefully this is a little bit more helpful. We're trying to change things up and pass on information a little bit more, and not we should have a good convention. We're looking forward to seeing you all in person in another week and a half. And I need to check on, like I said, I'll send out an email reminder and mention that the event will be fragrance free. I also need to check on the wildfires. I heard there was one on Blewett Pass, and they were shutting down 97 temporarily. So I need to see if that's under control. That's going to make things messy if that is shut down. But I'll check on that. And Alma Jean.
I just want to know, are there exhibitors? And who they might be?
Yes, we do have a small list of vendors. We have both of our own benefit providers, True Hearing, which used to be Here in America, will be there, as well as Bright Now Dental. Sheba will be there, the Modern Woodman of America, and Legal Shield. So, and then we do have a membership table, and I know that we're trying something else out is at Jacob's membership table, which will be near registration. For those that wish to help us out, we have a few questions that we'd like to ask, and if you're so inclined to have your responses recorded on video so that we can use them for video projects over the course of this next year for recruitment or promotion of RPEC. So if you're an extrovert, unlike myself, please stop by our membership table and help Jacob out with getting a few snippets of some questions, kind of like, why did you join RPEC, or so he'll be doing that. We'd appreciate it. Marva, yeah, Marva.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you know if there's if Highway 2 is open from here to there? Because I usually just take the ferry and go that way and it's a straight shot into Wenatchee.
I haven't heard any issues about Highway 2. If they shut down 97, that's kind of my go-to for that.
Well, that's my preferred route. So
yeah, I haven't heard anything about 2, and the only fire I've heard about right now was it was a small one that had started a few days ago near 97, and I know that they had talked about closing it temporarily. I just need to double check and see if they got it under control.
okay,
So,
again, thanks.
Absolutely. Betty Ray, good to see you this morning.
Good morning. I'm just going to comment. I'm from Wenatchee, for those of you who don't know. And so far, we haven't really had much smoke this year for some reason. Hallelujah. That's always subject to change. And as far as fires go, that's always subject to change too. Any route you go, you probably need to check your route shortly before you leave. That's all, Derek.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Betty Ray. Appreciate that. Let's see, who do we have here? Martin.
Thank you, Danny, or Derek, excuse me. At our chapter meeting yesterday, several of our delegates said that they have not received all of the resolutions. They got some proposed constitutional amendments, but not the resolutions. Some have, and I wondered, will those be posted on the website?
They are, and I'm not sure why they haven't received them. They were all mailed out last Friday. So they actually should have had them in hand by Saturday or Monday at the latest. There was eight resolutions, so it was mailed in a 6x9 white envelope. So if anyone hasn't received it, if you could let us know who that is, we'll see about getting another copy out to them. So, but it was mailed to all delegates.
Great. Well, we'll report back if necessary.
Yeah,
Thank
but they are also posted on the convention page as well as the amendments.
That's good. Thank you.
Pat.
Hi, Derek. I just want to let Martin know that I did have mine when I got home. It was in the Constitution amendments came in the manila envelope and the resolutions came in white, and I didn't receive it. So I just hadn't seen that.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Not seeing any other hands raised. Again, I appreciate you all coming by today. Hopefully this was helpful to you and informative, and we're looking forward to having a good business-filled and productive convention. And we'll see you all in Wenatchee in about a week and a half. So thank you.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Derek.
Yeah, who was that?
Huh?
Oh, thought somebody called me.
Are we done?
Yes, we are done. We are done.
Awesome. Thanks for your help on that other deal too.
Sure, sure. Glad it worked out for you, Marva.
Okay, see y'all
Derek-
later.
All right.
Derek,
Yeah.
it's Christine. I got the resolutions that I
Uh-huh.
read for yesterday, but I didn't get any constitution.
You didn't get the amendments?
In the second, were they the second page? I'm getting confused now. I'll have Tim look it over, but
The amendments were mailed out near the end of August. And there was only 5 of those.
okay.
And then the resolutions were mailed out a week ago today.
Yeah, that's what I received, just like day before yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did you not receive the amendments? then?
The first package, I don't know. I'm gonna look. I will
Okay.
look. And if I don't, I can just come get some or,
Yeah, yeah. They are on the website too.
oh, okay. All right.
Um,
I'll go look that up.
yeah, or you know, we can print off a set if you want to stop by and pick them up.
Okay. Thanks so much, Derek.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
I had a issue.
Yeah.
Have we tried to use Spanish to recruit people?
No, we haven't. And I know that that's something we can look at. I know our website's translatable. But
Well, the
but
letters going out to retirees, I think some of them could be in Spanish, maybe both, for people that we don't know their languages. But just seemed like there's got to be a lot in Washington that speak Spanish and read Spanish that might be more open if we made it seem more welcoming to them.
okay. All right. Yeah, that's definitely something for us to consider as we keep moving forward here. So we'll look at what we can take care of in that sense.
Okay.
So
Another
absolutely.
probably Russian and Korean, but I don't know. But anyway, I just know that Spanish is a lot of people in this, especially across the mountains and stuff.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lynn.
Okay.
Okay. I think Tony, you were hanging around to talk to me too.
That's correct.
Okay.